Welcome to our Friday workout. Fun little strength day for you guys. I've had you guys moving a lot this week, so we're going to do it just like we did kind of a few weeks back. We have our hang clean cycle, and then we're going to be going some overhead split jerks. So I kind of want to keep that, especially in the ollie cycle that we're doing. I know we're doing a lot of cleans and snatching. We can't forget that the jerk and the split jerk is obviously a really big component of Olympic lifting as far as developing power and just adapting and adopting an overhead position. So starting off with the warm up. It's going to be kind of a little bit tedious, but I want to get a lot of range in the shoulders, a lot of movement. I want to get you guys almost a little bit fatigued before we get into a lot of cleans and a lot of jerks, okay? So from the top, we got 5 rounds. We're going to be going 5 strict pull-ups. This can be obviously done strict pull-ups. We can add a band, or we can kind of do that ring row fashion that we've been doing, okay? If you guys don't have any of those available, then we'll stick to kind of our bent over barbell row and at least get kind of some pulling action to us, okay? From there, we're gonna be going 8 and 8. It's gonna be a barbell muscle clean. So we'll take the bar from the top, we'll go to the top of the knees, and then that jump, shrug, pull, trying to roll those elbows through. This will be obviously at PVC. We'll do this with an empty barbell. Now, round 1, I want you guys to do this all empty barbell. Okay, so 5 strict pull-ups. And then from the cleans, 8 muscle cleans, we're gonna be going 8 strict press overhead. Remember, my ceiling is low, but 8 strict press overhead. On rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, I want you guys adding something like a 10 or a 5 on each side. Maybe for the guys like that 60, 75 mark, and my ladies like that 45, 55 mark. Something that's just gonna get a little bit more as far as that muscle clean goes. Now, the muscle clean itself, guys, it's so important. That's why I throw it in almost every warm-up, because this is what's really going to start to activate that shrug and then that pull out of your guys' arms to make sure those arms are doing what they need. We've talked a lot about the shrug. We've talked a lot about this kind of sit back position in our clean. The last thing we need to think about is that we do have a pull in the movement, okay? We create a lot of momentum with our jump. We create a ton of momentum with a shrug. But then if we don't actually think about pulling the bar and actually using your bicep to pull to you, if I was standing here, the only way to get it to go up is to pull, right? A lot of people tend to ride out this momentum. They'll jump this shrug and they kind of ride it out and just let it land instead of pulling it to them. Now, we see a lot of issues with this in placement if you are a low rack person. I don't have the flexibility for it, but a lot of people tend to catch really low, so it's not on the collarbone, okay? Meaning that bar didn't get all the way up and we just kind of rack it low. That tends to end in like this really jarred back wrist position, and obviously we have trouble with that over time, and it's a very weak position. The other thing is if we have kind of a floating barbell, all right? Now, what this will look like, and typically this is, you guys are a lot lighter of a load, but what this will look like is we go through the motion and the bar goes up and then it comes back down. So if we go past this parallel, if the bar goes above this and then back to us, we're riding it, but we're not actually pulling it to us. So we have a direct spot that we're gonna get to go to, and it's our job to make sure it lands there, okay? So let's kind of think about today. We focus a lot on the shrug. We focus a lot. We should be continuing with kind of this sit back and pull ourselves back position, no knee forward, but butt back position. So let's add in just a thought of pulling it to us and making sure that momentum and strength is used, okay? So, different reps here. We got a 5x2 at our 72%. We're going up by 3. And then we have a 5x1 hang clean at 82%. So as the loads get heavier in most lifting schemes, the reps are going to get lighter. Our volume and our sets go up, but the reps themselves go down, okay? So 5x2, 72%, 5x1, so just doing 1 rep at 82%. We're going to then go from there, and we're going to 10x1 split jerk, okay? So from here, guys, we're going to focus on, still, again, we've had a lot of reps here. We should be super opened up in our front rack, but we're gonna focus on this on rack. We dip, the knees slide forward. That's the important part here. I talked last week in my class, and for you guys at home, a really good way to check with this is if you take a wall. I'm gonna take my post because it's in the picture here. If you were to take a wall and you touch your butt and you touch your upper back against it, put a barbell on your shoulders. Can we dip with your butt and your shoulders never leaving the wall? Okay, so it's a good thing. And the other thing you guys will feel is if there's a wall behind me, if I push my butt back, so let's imagine again I'm here. If I try to sit back, I can't. I hit the post right away and I actually can't do anything. So this is gonna really teach us to slide down and drive up, okay? So something just for a little bit of that immediate feedback for you guys to feel. Try that a couple times, maybe even just do a push press if you guys have the wall in space. Where we get the bar here, we do a dip and a drive, we try pressing overhead. See if you guys can do that. Be careful if you do that to not bump your head. Do it light barbell, and just be careful, because if we get our head out of the way, you guys might hit your head on the back of the wall. So just something to really slow, take through motion. We're not doing this with any speed at all, but just to feel what that feels like to have a straight up and down dip. Now your split jerk itself, one forward, one back, okay? We need adequate space between our feet. So if the barbell is getting too heavy and you're starting to do this real short jerk and we're not getting any space here, all right? We typically look at, if my feet are together, if I place my heel where my toe is on my left foot, so I go here and land. Then if I take the mid step and I place my heel on my mid step, I do the same with the back. I take my toe, I plant it where my heel is, plant my foot back down. Take my toe again, plant it where my heel is, or my mid step is. That is a general position, not exact, but general position where you should land. Typically, you should be nowhere narrow in this. If anything, we make it a little wider than this, okay? So what's a good idea, guys, is if you were to take chalk, all right? Do this not in my gym, but do this at your own home. I don't care if your floor is messy. Take chalk. What I want you guys to do, okay, is you're gonna get a little bit back from the ring. We're gonna do this. We're gonna mark the tip of my toe, mark my heel. I'm gonna then place my foot in front of that line. I'm gonna mark the middle of my foot. I'm gonna place my heel on that mark. I'm gonna draw a whole circle around my foot. I'm gonna do the same thing back here. There's a mark behind my foot. I plant my toe. I draw a mark on the mid step. I plant my toe again. I'm up off my heel. I draw a little line. And what I want you guys to do is from this starting point every time, there should be a mark here, mark here. I want you to do a split jerk, see where you're at, okay? Maybe do this other barbell, do it a few times, maybe just go through the motion, see how you feel there. And do that a few times, practice, and get used to that footwork, okay? I know a little bit longer video here, really good points to touch on, the pull and some footwork. Let's work on it. Let's go moderately heavy on this, guys, and have fun. Happy Friday. You're welcome for not making you guys breathe and move. Love lifting, guys. It pays dividends to your overall fitness. It's what develops muscle. It's what drives your guys' system. It's what drives our ability to burn fat and over time accumulate the strength and muscle stamina to go harder, go faster. Physique follows, confidence follows, everything falls in place. So enjoy strength days, make the best of them. They are probably more important than Metcon days if your goals are physique, strength, and ability. Okay, guys? Have fun, have a good Friday, take care, and we'll see you guys Saturday.